Hello, I'm Milo Nice and I'm here after the digital publishing event to talk about that and to give a short review. Now, during the event there was a representative from Nosy Crow and also the person who had created the Inanimate Alice series of new media web animation things which exist and which don't really have a proper name but do have a name, and talking about how in modern day digital publishing, when you're creating ebooks, when you're creating app books, they are things which are often interactive and merging the line between game and book. And there was a very interesting talk. Something which struck me was the similarities between what's going on in these and what they're creating, and such things as sort of story-based video games, visual novels, these kind of media, and also the similarities with what has happened in certain other areas of kind of traditional storytelling. For example, recently there's been a renaissance, if you're willing to use that word, in interactive theatre, with the group Punch Drunk in particular doing many interactive plays where the audience become the driving force behind the story, and what they choose to do is what affects how the story progresses, which was what this event was about, and about also how things can communicating, how the internet is enabling people to recommend books to each other, to suggest books and apps for particular things, for particular needs, for people who like a particular kind of book, a particular kind of app. So yes, it was a fascinating event, and it is interesting what they've been saying about what they think will happen, that perhaps reading will remain, there will remain static reading, reading from books and reading where it isn't so interactive, but there will become a new kind of merging of the kind of video game, that kind of sandbox play, I believe is the term, like for example something like Minecraft, and also this novels and books where maybe the main characters, what you choose affects how the story turns out, which has happened previously in normal books. For example, famously the Choose Your Own Adventure books, and there's also a very rather obscure book called Milo and the Magic Stones, which I only know about because the main character is a mouse with the same name as me, and at about halfway through the book you can choose either to go with the kind of the pages from halfway through the book have been split in half, and you can follow the good ending or the bad ending, and you just flip through. And another book which I haven't read but I've heard of, which I can't remember the name of, does something very similar, where it gives you 3 different places to stop reading, and the first one's the good one, second one's the bad one, the third one's called The One with Teeth, and it's supposed to be really bad, but I can't remember what that was. I can't even remember where I heard about that, but so it's something which has already happened, and so the event talked a lot about digital publishing, and I for one welcome our new digital publishing overlords. So it should be very interesting how this progresses and how the books progress. So I recommend you look out for Nosy Crow. They do a lot of very good work. I've looked at some of their apps previously. My baby sister, who's about 2, uses quite a few of them and finds them all very amusing. And the Inanimate Alice ones I'd also suggest look for, because they do look very interesting, and particularly if you're interested in this kind of the place where the static story and the audience kind of merge, and where the audience begin to affect the story. If you're interested in that, I recommend you sort of track down these 2 different things. So yes, it was a very interesting event, and I hope that you track these down and enjoy them. Bye bye.